So guys, welcome back. Right from Inside Fighting to my real MMA. Thank you, Ilan, for joining me today. So we had a great stuff what we do today, and we had a conversation before. So why did I invent the things I do or brought up my self-defense program? Because in the beginning, when I was teaching Wing Chun, and I learned for myself that it works just to fight with that, the majority of my students who came into my school who had no experience with martial arts or any kind of violence were intimidated and not willing to go that way.
What do you mean by that? So like the aggressive?
Yes, the aggressive style. So someone is standing in front of you, push them back, or be like, bah, 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 go in. And they started to ask them. And because I tried to motivate them in the class, I was like, hey, you go in, you pack down, fight and punch in. And they would always look at me like, I'm like, why? Why should I? And they told me, I don't want to fight. So they felt intimidated right away from the practice and the atmosphere you have to put yourself in. So it was pretty disappointing because you're convinced that your system works. You're convinced that your training method works, right? And then I started to talk to all my students who were just average people from daily life. And never had any kind of experience about violence, brutality, whatever it is. Just afraid of, what if something happens? And then I realized the most common sentence they told me is, I don't want to fight, I just want to protect myself. Okay? And then I went back to understand where it starts for them. And it starts right away here with the intimidation of someone looking at you. And here, this is where they break. So I started to think about, and the response again, like how we respond in our nervous system when we see things, when we smell things, and all this kind of stuff. And then I brought up the way of keep up your hands, because something you don't see immediately, you're not gonna attack.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is how I gave them a tool to feel comfortable and what you name, more calm, even to buy time for this situation, to bring up a little bit of confidence into it, or maybe to cause attention. Because here you're not causing attention, but this causes attention.
Yeah.
Okay, people see you need help, and this is the second thing they told me. Can I do something that everyone sees that I need help?
Ooh, that's a good note.
Okay, so this is how I started to build my self-defense program, which is based on all these experiences to give the people out there what they really want, who have no experience in violence, brutality, or martial arts.
Right.
Okay? And then we can jump over to, so what Wing Chun? We do straight punches, and I understand people say they are weak, they don't have the same power like these punches. So, when we put it together as physics with math calculates it, it's right. It's right. But the problem is, people who do Wing Chun, they try to give you lessons and they stand like this, they narrow themselves first. So if you narrow yourself like this, how you will be able to thrust out a punch anyway, okay? So the easiest way for all of you, if you want to understand where this force and power comes from, straight out your arm, stand upright, the next arm to your hand like this, then pull one arm back and just start to thrust out. So just to feel free, thrusting out, that's it. And the next thing you do is flex your latissimus muscle a little bit. Yes, and just thrust the arms out. Now you have a response, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel narrowed in your movements?
No.
You see? And this is how you start to practice proper straight punches, chain punches, in Wing Chun, okay?
Can you punch my hand? Okay, well, that's surprising you just that. Can you show me it wrong first so I can feel how it would feel? Yeah, now the way you did it? Yeah. Yeah, there's a big difference just in that.
Yeah, and you see, I don't have to.
No.
They want to show this, or okay, and then this, and then they overcommit. They say you have to sometimes do this a little bit. So everyone in Wing Chun who throws out the punch, moves forward, and does this, has no understanding when he ends like this about the theory of the Wing Chun punches. No one. Challenge me, I'm going to prove it to you. Okay? So if you understand it, it's this. You see? That's the thrusting out movement. Okay?
Yeah.
Because never narrow yourself and don't like fold yourself. Okay, when you see people doing this, it's wrong. It will never work. Okay? So if someone is in front of you now, so we have this dual position, they come with a haymaker. You have to understand here, yes, you see, that's his target. Okay? So the problem is with these Wing Chun people who practice like that, they go in like this.
This is still coming right through.
You see? They don't understand anything about it. You see, and it doesn't matter with what arm I'm doing it. And just imagine, you see? Okay? You see? Because I don't, if I narrow myself in.
Yeah, it's going to collapse right over.
Okay? And from here, you have to understand, even from this stand here, like standing out there in the mall, and you want to come in, boom!
Oh, yeah.
You see, I'm still standing upright, and this is my position. This is my position. But you have to practice it that way. You have to, in the beginning, take some shots because you're doing things wrong. Because you start to do, but in the end of the day, it's just, it's hard to see.
A lot of quick, you can't see because it's just right in.
That's it.
You also load a high the way you're doing it now, which is even harder to see.
Yeah.
This sometimes I can see, but from here I just don't see it.
And this is why it becomes, because it comes from the periphery side. Okay, this is the primary side, and this comes from the periphery. This causes stress anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is why in Wing Chun the way we fight. When you see they lifted their arms like this, so they take in away sight again. If you take away sight by yourself, so you're weakening yourself, it makes no sense.
Because you can't see the person either.
You have to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So of course, you see now I give you only this space of attack. You're not going to attack anywhere else, so it's good for me to know he's not going to attack my tummy.
No, I can't really.
Because you're not considering any of that, right? So now I know, okay, this is the only space he's going to attack. I can go in. So it's a lot of understanding the theory about Wing Chun, and this is why, guys, to be honest, practical fighting in Wing Chun, which works, but it takes you longer to have a proper self-defense in a very short period of time, because you have to be willing to take the fight, to pick up the fight. You have to be willing to fight. And this is why, what in the previous video on Ilan's channel, the system, what he invented, or what he built up, it's working faster to have a proper self-defense capability than with just classical Wing Chun, because it's made for fighting. Wing Chun is made for fighting, not for self-defense.
Yeah. It's definitely jarring, the speed at which you could just put your hand in my face.
Yep. So you see, the same thing, what works with a fist, same thing is when you do a haymaker.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
I know something's coming at me.
And I do it slowly. Ooh.
Yeah.
You see, and this will come in here. Okay? But you see, you never see me narrowing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I weaken my whole structure for anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because if I have to shoot out, I have to be convinced about what I'm doing. You see, this is what I'm doing.
Yes.
The way we fight is upright. So we have to understand to cover this area all the time, even with striking or building a fence or a wedge. That's it.
Interesting. So totally different than.
Yeah.
I'm like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And it's almost more elegant the way you fight.
Yeah, but and that's a true fact. In Wing Chun, when it does not look elegant or strong, then it's not working.
Yeah.
When it looks ridiculous, or something stands here and just does things with his arms, because he's too lazy, whatever it is with his legs, it's never going to work in Wing Chun. Okay? Because you see, when I stand, I don't stand like this, I don't stand like this or like this. Does any of this looks good? You see? Does any of this looks good? Or this? You see?
Yeah.
How does this look?
Yeah, you look postured and strong. You look like
Okay. So you see, even give me some low kicks. Let's go. Let's go. You see? It works, right?
Yeah.
This stands because it's a wedge. And you see, I'm not limping. Okay? It works. But when I'm having this stand, please don't kick me now, or kick me slightly here, okay? Yeah, this hurts.
Good, because I can feel like I'm landing here.
Yeah, you see?
I can kick the muscle.
Okay, you see, and this is very important to understand. If my stand is working, I'm upright, I'm not right here or right here exposing, then all the muscle structure works together to stabilize me and to be able to take some impact, and I'm still mobile.
So that's how you do your conditioning from.
Yes, yes. And how it look? Take the stance, please. And be like little, like here.
Girl?
Yeah, how you feel?
Here.
That's it. So you have to feel strong to be strong, right?
Yeah.
And this counts, I think, for every martial art. Okay, and this is why I don't like to see when Wing Chun people have weird positions. So you will never see me standing like this.
Yeah.
To show some Wing Chun posture. Wing Chun posture is either this or this. That's it. Okay, so you will never see me hold your picture. You see, it's always upright, dignified. Okay, and not in a way out here.
Yes.
Does this look like fighting for you?
No.
It's like shooting an arrow or a gun, right?
Yeah, you can see the intention. There's a clear intention. Boom.
That's it. It's the same like when we take the normal way of fighting or having a guard. Okay, someone standing like this,
Yes.
and someone standing like this. You see the difference?
Yes. One is more aggressive than the other. One is more protective, one is more aggressive.
Yeah. So if you want to fight, show you want to fight. Yeah.
I like that.
And there's a big difference, and we both agree on that. Fighting is not self-defense.
Yeah. That's a whole other video in itself.
Thank you for coming out today. Inside Fighting, my Milan in Florida.